And North Korea has propelled a string of weapons tests, latest in a series. The nuclear-armed nation has fired yet another newly developed anti-aircraft missile. State media Korean Central News Agency has reported the launch amid the deadlocked denuclearization talks of the United States. The test conducted by the Academy of Defense Science, which is a military weapons developer, was not intended by North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. It was instead overseen by Park Jong-chon, a member of the ruling party's Central Committee. Citing the Defense Science Academy, Kcna news agency said, quoting yet again, the overall test is of very practical significance in studying and developing various prospective anti-aircraft missile systems. According to Jong-chon, the test was aimed at confirming the practical functionality of the missile's launcher, radar, comprehensive battle command vehicle and combat performance. Now, anti-aircraft missiles are much smaller than the ballistic missiles, which the North is banned from developing under the United Nations Security Council resolutions. Anti-aircraft missiles are also harder to detect from afar. Pyongyang is under multiple international sanctions over its weapons programs, yet the programs have made rapid progress under Kim Jong-un. This includes the missiles capable of reaching the whole of the US mainland and by far its most powerful nuclear test to date. In September, Pyongyang launched what it said was a long-range cruise missile. Earlier this week, it tested what it described as a hypersonic gliding vehicle. The North has a long history of using weapons tests to ramp up tensions. It has used nuclear power in a calibrated process to forward its objectives. North Korea has not shown any willingness to give up its arsenal, which it says it needs to defend itself against invasion by the United States. Now, Pyongyang has been biding its time since the change in US administration in January. In a bid to seek denuclearization under Joe Biden, America has repeatedly declared its willingness to meet North Korean representatives. But North Korean leader has condemned the offers as no more than a petty trick for deceiving the international community and hiding its hostile acts. He said that new US administration was pursuing the same military threats and hostile policies as the past, but in more cunning ways and methods. Talks between Pyongyang and Washington have been effectively at a standstill since the collapse of the 2019 Hanoi summit between Kim and then-President Donald Trump. The latest tests have sparked international condemnation, with US Secretary of State Antony Blinken saying the weapon test created greater prospects for instability and insecurity. The United States, Britain and France have even called for a UN Security Council meeting on North Korea.
Yes, my assessment was back in the fall of 20, and it remained consistent throughout, that we should keep a steady state of 2,500.
No, they didn't. It was split. That wasn't true. That wasn't true.
There was a range of viewpoints, as was evidenced by their testimony today, that were presented to the president, that were presented to his national security team.
We now have commitments from the Taliban to break with al-Qaeda. This is historic.
The legitimate demand of our people and the aim of peace is to end the war and violence through a political settlement.
I think the Doha Agreement and the signing of the Doha Agreement had a really pernicious effect on the government of Afghanistan and on its military.
The international community will unfortunately see for itself that the Taliban will not have met any of their obligations under the Doha Peace Agreement.
As a part of that agreement, we agreed to cease conducting air operations against the Taliban. So the Taliban got stronger.
This has been a 10-year multi-administration drawdown, not a 19-month retrograde or 17-day non-combatant evacuation operation.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.